Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rondell Mitchell. In this video, I want to teach you another strategy on how you can make at least 2 grand every month promoting high ticket opportunities like Exitus Elite or something similar. Okay, now the thing that I wanted to kind of focus on in this particular video is I wanted to focus on how you can make money promoting more than one thing at the same time when you are emailing your list. This is why when you get into these opportunities and things like that, you have to look at the big picture and you have to be in this for the long term. Because when you're not in it for the long term, you're only worrying about the small stuff, but you need to really think about the long term. And what I mean by that is when you join most opportunities like Exitus Elite, you can see here, if I come down here to the marketing suite, you can see that they do offer you lead capture pages. Okay, now it's cool and good to have pre-done lead capture pages for you to use, but the thing that a lot of people aren't telling you is that if you don't have your own autoresponder, and what I mean by an autoresponder is something like Aweber or GetResponse or something like that. If you don't have your own autoresponder, you are not able to send emails to your list. The only emails that the people who opt into these pages will ever receive are the pre-configured emails that were written by Exitus Elite. So you have absolutely no control over what type of emails that the people on your list receive. So let's say that you come into a good affiliate program or a good tool that you have an affiliate link for that you want to share with your list. If you don't have an autoresponder, you can't share it with them because you are not in control of the emails that you've cultivated through these pages. Okay, so the way around this is you need to have an autoresponder. Once you have an autoresponder, now you can send emails to your list about anything that you want. So if they're not joining you in your primary opportunity, then why not send them something else to look at? Because that is really ultimately what is going to get them to do business with you at some point, and then you are monetizing your list. You can't beat a dead horse. You know, if people aren't interested in your primary opportunity, then obviously if you plan on monetizing those people, then you need to show them something else that they are interested in. It's very simple. Okay, so the reason that I cover that is because if you have other things that you want to share with your list, uh, you need to have a few separate tools. Number one, you need to have your own autoresponder. We already discussed that. Now, I will say that some autoresponder tools actually allow you to create pages. Okay. But what I'm going to show you today is a tool that I've been using for over a year now, and I get payments from it almost every Friday because it pays residual income on all of the users. And it's $25 a month for the Home Business Academy Funnel Builder. And the Funnel Builder allows you to build capture pages, and it also allows you to build sales pages and bridge pages and things like that. Okay, so and it's got some really good training too. So you can see here, this is the training section that actually teaches you how to use it. Okay. Now I'm going to come in here and show you an example of how you would use this if you have an email list and you know you've been marketing on YouTube and social media. Maybe you've been doing some paid advertising and people have been coming onto your capture pages, and you can integrate an autoresponder with these pages. So if you want full autonomy over your leads, you need to integrate your autoresponder. Now, me personally, I use GetResponse. Okay, so I don't use Aweber and I don't use the built-in Exitus Elite autoresponder. I use my own autoresponder. Okay, because again, this is the last time I'm going to say this. If you have your own autoresponder, you can send more than simple auto response messages. If you use the Exitus Elite or your company provided autoresponder, you can only send the autoresponder messages that they've programmed for you. When you own the autoresponder by going out and purchasing one from Aweber or GetResponse, you can email them anytime you want about whatever you want. Okay, so it's not always an auto response because I can send a broadcast message, is what they call it, out right this very second. So I could go into my autoresponder right now and type an email about anything that I wanted to, and include links to anything that I wanted to. And I wouldn't be out of compliance with the program that I promote because these are my leads. They don't control my leads. Okay, so I hope I've clarified that for you, why that is so important. Okay, so now you've got your autoresponder, but when you're emailing your list, you have two ways of going about this. You can write long, drawn out emails and hope that they click on the links in those emails. Or you can write a very short email and say, hey, I made this video for you where I'm explaining this for you. Click this link and you can go and see it. Okay, so that's the more professional way to do it, and it will get you better conversions on whatever it is that you're trying to sell them. Okay, so an example of how you would do this is I'm going to come in here into the HBA Funnel Builder, and I'm going to show you how you can create a page that will allow you to place buttons or links on the page where you can get paid for more than one product. Okay, so let's say I want people to join Exitus Elite, but I also want them to purchase the HBA Funnel Builder so that they can market more professionally. Okay, so in order to do that, for starters, I'm going to click here where it says Funnel Settings. And actually, that's the wrong button. I'm sorry. I'm going to click right here where it says Funnels. And then I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom. And then I'm going to click on Add New Step. Now here, I'm going to click on the button that says Page because I want to create a fresh page. Okay. All right, so now you can see these are examples of capture pages. What I'm trying to show you in this video does not require a capture page. It requires a bridge page or a thank you page, basically a page with no form on it. Okay, so if we scroll down a little bit, you can see now that we see a few pages that don't have opt-in forms on them. So the one that I want to use for this example is this page here. So if I click on preview, it'll show you an example of how that page looks. Okay, so this is perfect for what I'm trying to show you in this video. So let's go ahead and click on select and we'll go ahead and use that page. Okay, now I'm going to give it a name and I will just say EE and HBA. And leave it at that. Okay, so now I've named the page. As you name the page, it automatically populates the URL for your page as well. So let's go ahead and click on add. All right. So now we can see that it has populated the page. Now, once you get to this point, it's not very difficult to use. For starters, I'm going to change the headline. So all I have to do is click on it. And then I'm going to double click really quick here and it'll highlight the text. So once it's highlighted the text, I'm going to say, okay, I'll just type Exitus Elite video update plus marketing tip. There we go. All right, so now I've got my headline in there. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to populate the old video with the new video. Now, unfortunately, the video that I'm creating right this second is the video that is going to go into this box. So I can't do that right this second, but what I can do is I can come into my YouTube channel. Let me switch the account real quick. Okay, so I'm going to come into my YouTube channel and I'm going to find one of my videos and I'm just going to place a random video in there. Let's see if I can find one for Exitus Elite. Okay, so this is an older video for Exitus Elite. So I'll go ahead and click on this one to view it. And now I will snatch the URL right here
exactly
and go back over to the funnel builder page.
How much one of my
Oops,
7 channels
turn
is
that.
currently earning. So as you can see right over here, I started this channel.
Turn that off. Okay, so now I'll come over here. I'll click on the video section. And you can see this menu area popped up. So I'm going to click on Edit Video. I'm going to highlight over the old video. You can either paste on top of it or delete it. I'll just delete it first. Then, since I'm on a Mac, I'm going to do Command V. If you were on a Windows computer, you would do Control V. Okay, so now you can see the new link is in there. So once I click out of this, the video should change. Okay, so now you can see the video has changed. Okay, so now the only thing left for me to do is to determine what I want to promote outside of the business. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to promote the HBA Funnel Builder, I would come back over here. I would go to the affiliate zone here inside of HBA, click on the affiliate zone here, and we've got some different links. So if I wanted to promote the funnel builder exclusively, I would copy this specific link, and then I'm going to come back in here, and then on this button, I'll click on this button. Now you can see where it says edit. Right here, I'm going to click on the chain link here to edit the link. So now I'm going to click on external link, which means it's a link outside of the page, and I'm going to place in the URL that I just copied. Okay, now, do you want it to open in the same tab, or do you want it to open in a new tab? Now, you need to think about that logically, because if you make it open in the same tab, that means the page that they're on is going to disappear and it's going to change to the new page. So the smart thing to do is to make it open in a new tab. That way, when it opens in a new tab, they haven't lost the information on the old tab. Because you have to think, a lot of people may click on this before they've watched the video just out of curiosity. So you don't want them to lose access to what they had. Okay, so now we've changed the link. So now let's go ahead and change the text so that we can make sure that they know where they're going. So let's just say click here. Oops. Click here to get HBA Funnel Builder. All right. And you can see here the link is already in there. So when I click out of it, you can see now that the button says what I need for it to say. So let's say that we wanted to also give them the option to join Exitus Elite as well. So now what I can do is I can click on this button and click on copy widget. When you copy the widget, if you come over here, you can see that it has actually copied the button. So I will drag that over here like this, and now it's placed that same button underneath the existing button. However, the spacing of it does not look good. So let's try to fix that. So the first thing we need to do is drag it down a little bit like that. All right. And it's a little too wide also. So now this is one thing that this is really not all that serious, but if you have OCD like I do, this might bother you a little bit because the button is not the exact same size as you can see. So what I'm about to do is, no, that's not working. I need to change the text anyway, so it's not going to have the same text. All right, so now let's click on edit, and let's say Um, click here to join Exitus Elite. Okay, so now when I come out of there, you can see that the button has changed a little bit. Now because the Exitus Elite button is a single line and this one has two lines, I normally would put the Exodus Elite button on the top, but I don't want to have to keep editing things in order to get my point across to you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to change the color of the button of yeah. So let's go ahead and find the settings for the button. Click here, edit styling, button color, and let's change the button color to the green that we see in the thumbnail for the YouTube video. And this is pretty close. And that one, yeah, I like this one. We'll just stick with this one right here. So now we've created some variation. Oops. Now we've created some, to undo that, I'm going to click on the arrow here to undo. Okay. Actually, maybe, I don't know exactly what I did when I'm not even sure. Okay, I actually like it like this better. And the buttons look more similar to one another now as well. So I think I'll actually leave them like that. So now what we need to do, the only thing we need to do left for this video and for this example, this little widget here, I'm going to delete because it doesn't pertain to what I'm doing here. Okay, so we just remove that. And last thing we need to do is provide the correct link for the people to join Exitus Elite. So now I'm going to come back over to Exitus Elite. I'm going to scroll up to dashboard and I'm going to find my direct join page. Okay, now this is also a subject where you need to use common sense. And I'll explain why in a moment. So let's go ahead and grab this link, come back to the page here, and then we will click on it, click on edit link. We will highlight that and paste over top of it, and then click on new tab, and then click on select. Okay, so now I can go ahead and click on save, and this page has been published. So now let's click on the link and make sure the page works. Okay, so yes, we can see that the page does work. If you want to change this, you can actually add your own link from your GoDaddy account or something like that into the HBA Funnel Builder, and it will give your it will give all of your pages the same domain name as your your GoDaddy email address. So if your GoDaddy address is partner with yourname.com, then that will be here for every page. And then the ending here will dictate which of your pages that they see when they are visiting your page. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So um, now that you've got this page, this differentiates you from the people who only send emails, because now I can send an email, but instead of sending out a super wordy email, I can just say, hey, I wrote you this email because I just created a new video update and I put a nice little marketing tip in there for you on how to monetize more than one opportunity at the same time. If you want to see it, click this link and go check it out. Very simple, right? Okay, so once they click on it, now they're going to land here. Now they can watch your video. And after they watch your video, hopefully your video has some value in it. It may have shown them how to use the HBA Funnel Builder. And you're going to assume here that what I was going to explain to you a moment ago is that um, when you are putting your direct join link on your page, you want to use common sense and assume that the people who are looking at it have already seen your offer. So this is why this particular page would only be sent out to people who are on your list already. Because, for example, if I were to use YouTube as a marketing method and put a link directly to this particular page on my YouTube video, people are going to see the link to join Exitus Elite, but they've never seen Exitus Elite. So that doesn't make sense. So if I was going to use this particular page for YouTube, for example, then I would want them to go to this page that looks like this, because this page explains Exitus Elite. But knowing that everyone who receives this email is already on my contact list, and me knowing that I've sent Exitus Elite out to my contact list numerous times, I know that the large majority of the people on my contact list have already seen Exitus Elite at some point. Okay, so it makes more sense for me to send them the link to sign up directly on the join page. Okay, now the one thing that I didn't cover in this video is if you have any pertinent bonuses and you have some type of leverage that you want to use where you can convince people to join you at the higher levels, then you need to convey that in the video that's on the page. Otherwise, the people who are not really seeing the value and what it is are always going to try to join at the lower levels. But if they understand that by joining at the $100 level, every time they upgrade, uh, they have to keep spending money over and over again, it makes more sense for them to just join at the top level from the very beginning. Not to mention that when you join at the top level, you never lose any money. If you join at the G100 level and your first sale is a G2000, then the difference will come to your enroller. Whereas if you join at the G2000 from the very beginning and your first sale is a G2000 sale, well, of course, that money is all going to come to you. Okay? So that, my friends, is an example of how you can use different resources to promote your primary business, but you can also promote other opportunities at the same time. Okay, so for example, final example. Okay, let's say that I wanted to add one more link. So let's click here, click on copy, and then come here and we're going to paste the final link in there like that. I didn't want it to look like that though. Actually, I think I should have used a spacer first. So let's add a spacer and see if I can fix this. So let's click on add widget. Then we're going to place a spacer down here. Okay. So now we'll come back here one more time, grab the button and try to drop it right there. Okay. So that looks decent. I don't like the gap in between though. So let's see if we can figure out how to remove that gap. And as of right now, I'm struggling to remove the gap. So I'm not going to worry so much about the gap right now. I just want you to see the concept behind what it is that I'm doing here. So let's click on edit styling. We're going to change the button color one last time. If you are not good with colors and understanding which colors complement one another, the color theory is something that they teach designers and things like that. And inside of color theory, whichever color is on the opposite side of your current color is a complementary color. So you can see that we have a we've got a red button and we've got a lime green button. So what we want to do is we want to find one of the colors that's either on the opposite side of red or on the opposite side of lime green. Now we can see on the color wheel here, red already has green on the opposite side of it. However, lime green has like a purplish color on the opposite side of it. So what I'll do for this final button is um, I will take that purplish color and use that for my last button. And I kind of actually like this pink. There we go. That's decent. Okay, so now we can use that one. Make that a little shorter. Try to match it up. And I'm not going to spend too much time in this particular video trying to figure out how to remove that gap. But the last thing we could do is we could say, click here to create your own autoresponder. Okay. And I emphasized own in caps the way that I did because, um, by as much emphasis as I've put on the importance of having your own autoresponder in this video, I put the word own in caps on the button because you should understand that you want to own your leads and not lease your leads, because basically when you are allowing the opportunity that you promote to house all of your leads, you're leasing your leads. But if that opportunity goes out of business, then you lose those leads. So when you have your autoresponder, if the program that you're promoting goes out of business, you can log into your autoresponder, send out an email for the new opportunity that you joined and say, hey, the old opportunity unfortunately went under. This is what we're working on now. If you want to be a part of the team, click this link and check it out. If it makes sense to you, get started and we can move forward. It's really that simple. So now I can go ahead and click on save one more time, and click on the link here, and you can see that all of the links are there. Okay, the page looks good. Outside of that gap right there that I need to figure out how to remove, this page is ready to go out. So now, once I get done editing this video, I'm going to finish this video right now. I'm going to edit the video, make sure that there's nothing that needs to be removed from it. Then I'm going to render the video, upload the video to YouTube, and then I'm going to place the new link for the YouTube video right here and send this out to my email list. And this is the end result of what you're watching right now. So hopefully by the time you actually watch this video live and you get the link inside of the email, I'll have removed that gap right there because it's bothering my OCD. But other than that, guys, hopefully you got some value out of this video, because this is the way that you can get people to join you in things that they actually need. Okay, because it's a difference between sending them something that they may want versus sending them something that they actually need. If they're a serious marketer and they want to be able to promote multiple things at one time, they need this, because without the ability for you to create your own pages and without the ability for you to control your own autoresponder, you can't promote multiple things at the same time like this unless you have some type of means of putting pages together. And you saw how easy it was to do this page. You really just point and click, so hopefully that makes sense for you. Exitus Elite, in my opinion, is probably the most professional high ticket opportunity that I personally have ever been a part of. And the thing about it is, I really don't like opportunities where uh, there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't work. Because there's programs that I've joined, they have links inside them that don't work, and uh, they have areas. It's just unprofessional. Exodus Elite has always been professional. It's got some of the best graphics out of all the programs, and it's not as much as some of the programs because if you've been following me for a long time, some of the programs that I've been in have $20,000 levels. Okay. And I've actually made a $20,000 sale in the past. So people will join that, but do you feel good about yourself after somebody joins you at a level like that in a program that doesn't have a lot of value? And that comes down to a person's moral compass. And everybody's moral compass is set up a little bit differently. However, if the program does have value, it's got a good system. 2 grand is a good sweet spot, because you're making a decent amount of money, and people are getting value for according to what they've paid for, instead of overpaying just for the opportunity to be in a deal where they can make money. So hopefully that makes sense to you. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. You will see this link in the email. Well, you already saw the email if you're watching this video, but um, these links are active links. I didn't edit this link in the video, but by the time you have seen this, if you want to create your GetResponse account, which is the autoresponder that I use, the link will be active for you by the time you see this. So thanks for watching, you guys. I know this video was a bit long, but I wanted to kind of teach you some things that you may not have been privy to prior to watching. So I will see you in the next one, and thanks again. Talk to you soon.